It is the social glue that builds and holds relationships together. If we talk about business partners who trust each other, they spend less time and energy protecting themselves from being exploited, and both sides achieve better economic outcomes in their negotiations. Have you ever seen a team working without trusting each other? If your answer is yes, then you already know what a nightmare it is. A team without trust is not a team. It's just a group of people who are forced to work together, and they will often end up with disappointing results. However, when there is trust, a team is stronger and each team member is working effectively on their part to achieve something meaningful for the team as a whole. So what's that one thing that holds a relationship together? And the answer is trust. Trust. It is something you cannot have a healthy relationship without it. And yet, virtually all of us can also bring to mind a scenario where our trust was broken. But how do we develop trust in the first place? So in this video, we will discuss the foundations of building trust in any relationship, in any environment. And then we will dive deeper into building trust at the workplace, as a leader, as a manager, including the remote workplace situations. Next, we will look at the essentials of building trust and great relationships with your customers, your clients. First, take a moment to like this video so that it stays with you as your future reference, and also subscribe to my channel to continue accessing content which will help you to grow, succeed, find direction and solutions in your professional and personal life. So let's start with how to build trust. The first thing is to be true to your word and follow through with your actions. The point of building trust is for others to believe what you say. So keep in mind, however, that building trust requires not only keeping the promises you make, but also making the promises you are unable to keep. Keeping your word shows others what you expect from them, and in turn, they will be more likely to treat you with respect, developing further trust in the process. Learn how to communicate effectively with others. Poor communication is a major reason why most relationships break down. Good communication includes being clear about what you have or what you don't have as a commitment to, and what has been agreed upon. So building trust is not without risk. It involves allowing both you and others to take risks to prove your trustworthiness. And to navigate this, effective communication is the key. Without effective communication, you may find the messages you have intended to send aren't the messages that are actually received. Third, remind yourself that it takes time to build and earn trust. Building trust is a daily commitment. So don't make the mistake of expecting too much too soon. In order to build trust, first you need to take small steps and take on small commitments, and then as the trust grows, you will be more at ease with making and accepting bigger commitments. Put the trust in and you will generally get the trust in return. Take the time to make decisions and think before acting too quickly. Only make the commitments that you are happy to agree to. Have the courage to say no even when it disappoints someone. If you agree to something and you can't follow through, everyone involved is worse off. Be clear about what you have on your plate and keep track of your commitments. Being organized is a necessary part of building trust with family, friends, colleagues, and business partners. It enables you to make a clear decision as to whether to agree to requests of your time and energy. Next, value the relationships that you already have and don't take them for granted. Trust often results from consistency. We tend to have the most trust in people who are there for us consistently through the good times and the bad times. So regularly showing someone that you are there for them is an effective way to build trust. Next, develop your team skills and participate openly. When you take an active role in a team and when you make contributions, people are more likely to respect and trust you. It's also imperative when building trust in a team to show your willingness to trust others. Being open and willing to make contributions and to engage demonstrates trust. In other words, take what others say into consideration and show that you are listening actively, suggest your thoughts, and give feedback in a respectful way. And that's how you demonstrate that you are willing to be a part of the team. Always be honest. The message you convey should always be the truth. If you are caught telling a lie, no matter how small, your trustworthiness will be diminished. Help others whenever you can. Helping people, even if it provides no benefit to you, builds trust, and authentic kindness helps to build trust. Next, don't hide your feelings. Being open about your emotions is often an effective way to build trust. Furthermore, if people know that you care, they are more likely to trust you. There's something called as emotional intelligence, and it plays an important role in building trust. Acknowledging your feelings, learning the lessons that prevail, and taking right actions mean that you won't deny reality. And this is one of the keys to building trust. Next, this is very important. Appreciate and acknowledge. Acknowledgement and appreciation play an important role in building trust and maintaining good relationships with others. Recognizing and appreciating the efforts of others shows your talent for leadership and teamwork, and therefore increases the trust that others will have in you. On the other hand, if people don't demonstrate appreciation for something good that is being done or something that is being achieved, it may indicate selfishness, and selfishness destroys trust. Do what you believe that is right. Doing something purely for approval means that you're sacrificing your own values and beliefs, and this decreases trust first in yourself, in your values, and in your beliefs. So always do what you believe is right even when others disagree, and this may lead others to respect your honesty. Interestingly, when you build trust, you must be willing to upset others on few occasions. People tend not to trust those who simply say whatever they think others want to hear. Another important thing is to admit your mistakes. When you attempt to hide your mistakes, people know that you are being dishonest. By being open, you show your vulnerable side, and this helps build trust with other people. This is because they perceive you to be more like everyone. Everyone makes mistakes. But if you pretend that you never make mistakes, you will make it difficult for others to trust you because you have created an unnecessary and impractical difference between two people. When all that a person sees is the perfection you project, they most likely won't trust you. Building trust isn't just important for your personal life, it's also necessary in the business world. Respect is one of the most important traits a leader in business can possess. Leaders cannot earn credibility if they do not show others the respect that they deserve. And furthermore, keep in mind that a leader is not just respected due to the power of the position The respect comes from the use of that power to achieve something meaningful that creates a positive impact for everyone around us. So, to earn credibility, leaders must first show that they are trustworthy. This cannot be just proved through words. Instead, leaders need to put themselves in positions that demonstrate their trusting actions so that their followers can believe what they are being told. To become a credible leader, you need to make your loyalty to the people around you evident. If a problem occurs, you can instantly earn someone's loyalty by taking the blame instead of blaming someone else. You must also be accountable for your actions, and therefore, if you do make an error, take ownership of that mistake and also fix it if you can, and then move on. A team will not trust and respect you if you place the blame on them or allow them to bear the burden of your mistakes. Credible leaders keep their goals in mind and always try to find the best ways to make those goals a reality. People will only follow someone who has a set goal or destination. Therefore, part of building trust as a leader is to focus on what the team needs to achieve in the long run and how to take the team to the next elevated level. Don't rely on words or speeches to win people over. Instead, focus on your actions to show people what you are capable of. Credible leaders are prepared to work hard to show others how things are done or how goals are achieved. In order to build trust and credibility, show your expertise through your work and don't just rely on the expertise that you already have. Credible leaders continue learning throughout their careers and they stay updated. Last but not the least is the importance of honesty. It is imperative to be honest in order to build trust and credibility as a leader. Basically, if a leader is dishonest, others won't trust them. And loss of trust means loss of respect. So, honesty is the building block of credibility and trust. It's 2021 and shortly we will be entering 2022. High levels of trust are challenging enough to build, but even more so in a remote workplace environment. So if you're wondering what behaviors allow trust to be built in a virtual environment, this section of my video will help you. The first is to measure output instead of micromanaging. If you have a manager who's closely chasing you for your every action all through the day, it's really hard to feel secure and trusted. Especially when working mothers juggle child care and other home duties, leaders need to pivot to measuring output instead of worrying if people are just working all of the day. The second is to over-communicate. In a remote setting, make sure to be specific about what you're talking about. Double check with your stakeholders and realign before jumping into the next phase of anything. Have the right digital tools to encourage peer-to-peer sharing and make important information easily accessible. The third is to recognize your team members frequently. Celebrate the achievements, whether they are big or small, with your team. When gratitude is reciprocal, we feel valued as a team player. Not only does it help with wider employee engagement and productivity, but leaders who take a moment to celebrate victories also reinforce trust. Also, schedule regular FaceTime. Yes, we are working in different locations most of the time, but don't forget to sync up every now and then. Body language is hard to replicate in the virtual world, and that's why one-on-one meeting times help you to learn about each other. When you connect with teammates on a personal and professional level, you'll find that your bond and trust increases. Take note of their individual motivations for relationship building and help them to achieve success. Building trust with customers and clients will lead to better outcomes in all kinds of scenarios. Here's some advice on how to build trust with members of each category. Let's begin with the customers. To build trust with your customers, it is advisable to improve their security. So ensure that your customers feel safe when they interact with you. This now is especially important given the rise of online businesses. Be active on social media in order to build visibility, and then you attract more clients. Building visibility through social media also offers a wide amount of flexibility. You can engage with your followers and clients, post images or videos, or update customers with news and information regularly. It is wise to underpromise and overdeliver when it comes to all of your customers' expectations. For example, if it will take a week to ship a package, you might tell the customer it will take 10 days. It doesn't mean you are lying to them. Be clear that it is buffer time for exigencies so that your commitment is not affected in any way. It is a huge risk to not deliver what you promise. So make customer service your priority. If a customer has a problem and they are given a prompt and helpful customer experience, their experience will always be memorable and they will be more likely to engage in your services in the future as well. Similarly, consider what would happen if you don't provide that level of service. Most likely, you will lose that customer and it could also negatively affect your reputation. And so set out to make your brand more personal. This may be in your interactions with customers or in your marketing and advertising. Generally speaking, the more you communicate with your customers, the better. Listen and pay attention to them. Finally, to build trust in your customers, be as available as possible. Make sure that your brand or business is available to customers in all possible ways. Provide multiple lines of contact like an email or a phone number or on social media to communicate to customers that you are accessible. To develop trust in a relationship with a client, the priority should be on timely and efficient communication. Being open shows that your client is important to you. At the same time, you should do all that you can to help your client feel comfortable being honest with you. You want them to trust that their concerns or ideas will be taken seriously. So even if you are stressed or feeling overwhelmed, for a client to trust you, it is important to maintain a positive attitude. This also conveys energy and confidence that will allow clients to have trust in your work. Your relationship with a client is professional. However, to develop trust, it is sometimes important to acknowledge that you see them as an individual and not just as a paycheck. For example, show your client that you're interested in them by inquiring about their family and welfare regularly. Sharing information with a client is one way to strengthen trust and confidence. This may include explaining to your client what you did, why you did it, and what led you to make certain decisions. Keep your client informed. The client needs to trust and rely on you as an expert. Therefore, even though it may be uncomfortable, you should avoid simply telling the client what you think they want to hear or holding back your true opinion. Be honest and upfront. And finally, one way to build trust with clients is to exceed their expectations. Set reasonable expectations and don't promise unrealistic results. Also, think about what would be valuable to a client. This can provide clues as to how you can go above and beyond in a way that your client will appreciate. The importance of trust in successful relationships cannot be underestimated. It's the cornerstone of every healthy relationship. It's not always easy to build trust, but there certainly are steps and actions that you can take to build trust in any kind of relationship. And remember, the basis of all trust is honest communication. Above all else, to build trust in relationships, be honest. Now you have the knowledge that you can apply. Hope you found this video useful. Please give me a like on this video and do not forget to subscribe to my channel to continue accessing content that will help you to grow, succeed, and find direction and solutions in your personal and professional life. Thanks for watching.